Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Sunday Service Podcast. I am your host, Sister Stephanie.
I'm your host, Sister Sally.
And today, you guys are joining us in this stunning Christmas oasis.
So cute.
We're filming here today at the Marriott Fort Lauderdale. And not only is it like a really beautiful hotel, like the hotel is fresh and clean and new, and it just like smells good, and the amenities are amazing. But they invited us to film today in their Christmas, what is it? In their, just the Christmas room, right?
holiday room.
Yeah, in the holiday room, which is actually available for like anyone to book, whether you want to like take some pictures, do some content, or you actually want to like book it for the night and like really submerge yourself in the Christmas spirit.
Because it's kind of hard in Florida to like really get into the Christmas spirit.
We were literally just saying before we even came in here how neither of us have a Christmas tree this year. And if you know me, that's kind of crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I love Christmas.
I do love like decorate. This is what I said when I walked into this room. If I had like the means to always have this type of decoration in my home, I would.
Right.
Because
Like, this is your goal.
it's like so aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, every
and like,
corner is just beautiful.
Yeah, like neutral colors, like Winter Wonderland style. Like, love it.
Yeah, I like would love to just close the blinds, put on a movie, drink our hot marshmallow
Chocolate.
milk, and sit by the fire and just like really bask in this Winter Wonderland oasis. Because I know I don't have a Christmas tree this year, but like I am someone who really loves to like decorate and like have the Christmas spirit. And like I'll usually do it like at the end of November because I want to have as much time as I
Yeah.
possibly can, like in this, like where it's like, okay. There's been times where I've kept my Christmas tree till like February or
Yeah.
maybe even later than that. I
In
think, like,
my
March.
childhood growing up, my mom is like a Christmas fanatic.
Yeah.
Her husband, my stepdad, is even more. So growing up, we always had a real Christmas tree. So you could smell
I know.
it when you
I
walk
love
in the
it.
house. And they would set it up like Thanksgiving, like when we would have Thanksgiving,
Like
it
the
would
day
be up.
after. Yeah. Thanksgiving is
And
nice
like,
to have it up.
And then sometimes we would host at my mom's house. And
Yeah.
so having it,
Yeah, if you're
makes it more
hosting-
holiday feeling.
Yeah.
And then we'd leave it up
Yeah.
all the way through New Year's for sure.
Oh my God, I think before the last Christmas we had before we moved, I think I left my tree up until like March just because like I love the lights. I love walking out in the middle of the night in the
Yeah.
living room and like the lights are on and it just like is comforting. It reminds you of your childhood. It's nostalgic. Like, I
So
love the
good.
holidays.
I know.
I really do. So this is like our first taste of Christmas this month. Because
Yeah.
December has been a really crazy month, not only for me, but I know for you as well. Like we've just been so busy. There's been like trips in between and family and people coming over and hosting and entertaining. And it's been just like a rush this whole month. Like I blink and we're a week away from Christmas.
I know. I was just talking with one of my girlfriends last night about I wasn't going to go home for the holidays at all. And I'm still not going to be there over Christmas, but I'm going home this week. I just decided last minute, number one, because a client is going to bring me out there to do her hair. But
Are you going to have any time to celebrate while you're back home?
I'm going to like see.
Or like have a Christmas.
I'm not going to do Christmas because my mom's coming here right after the New Year. But I'm going to go see my dad and like grandma and stuff just because like I feel like I've been like submerged in the chaos so long that like going home to Minnesota, like Minneapolis, Minnesota, where life is a little more simple, feels like, okay, I feel like it'll feel good. I'm
Yeah.
going to hate it after 2 days because it's freezing. But like, that's why I only booked it for 2 days.
Yeah,
you know?
that's perfect.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I decided to do that. I was like, I like said when my client was asking, I was like, if she offers to buy my flight, I'm going because duh.
Yeah,
You know?
and you could use a few days back home. I always
Yeah.
do. I feel like going back home is always like a different kind of reset.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you're sitting on an island, you're kicking your feet up, reset, and you come back and you're like, all right, let's.
It actually helps you like appreciate Miami by going back.
Oh, yeah, for
like,
sure.
And then you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to get back to Miami and like be in the beautiful sunshine again. Like, cause you kind of like forget how blessed we are to live here.
Yeah,
You know,
for
cause
sure.
you're like always in it.
Yeah.
Like when I first moved here, I would be driving across the causeway and be like, oh my God, this is so
Can't believe I live
beautiful.
here,
Like
yeah.
I live in paradise and like, I just can't believe it. And then now I'm kind of like on autopilot. Like
it's so insane how quickly you get like used to what you have, you know, and like you don't think it's a big deal. And I'm like someone who always tries to remind myself of like, you know, be appreciative. I know you are too.
Yeah.
Be appreciative of like what you have and where you are. Like look around once in a while and like appreciate where you're at and everything that's around you. But I agree, going home kind of like is like a good reminder of that. I also
Yeah.
feel like, I don't know, when I had people visiting here this month, they're all mostly from back home, and the whole time, like all they want is one nice day. And like the past week in Miami have been raining.
Terrible.
Horrible. Like so out of character for
I'm not
Miami.
gonna lie, I've kind of enjoyed it because
Me
like
too.
I'm like in like long sleeves and
Yeah.
like cozy sweatshirts
yeah.
and like watching Netflix all day
Without feeling
like,
guilty about it.
Yeah, because it's pouring rain for
Yeah.
like 3 days straight.
No, there's
You're
literally
like,
nothing to do.
Yeah.
But my whole family was in town, and
I know that
all they
sucks.
wanted was a nice day, and they didn't get it.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucked. But seeing how much they like appreciate just the warm weather right now, I'm like, oh my God, we're so lucky to live here. But I am excited to go home for Christmas. We're actually, this episode is releasing on Christmas Eve. So if you're watching with us right now, hello, happy Merry Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas Eve.
And I'm just excited to like feel, because I think when you're not from somewhere that's like mostly hot year round and you're used to having the seasons, it doesn't feel like Christmas for me right now, you know? So like going home is going to give me that. And I'm actually like really looking forward to that because it doesn't feel like Christmas right now.
I know.
But in this room, it feels like Christmas.
Yeah, it does feel like Christmas in this room.
Yeah. And I think just during this like holiday season and as I get older, there's something I've like recognized a little bit more, like how, and I know we talked about this in one of our previous episodes about how like this time of year is pretty emotional for a lot of people, or it's hard for a lot of people, or it just brings up a lot of emotions and feelings. And I can speak from my own experience. Like it definitely changes every year. Some years are better than others, or like some family get-togethers are better than others. But like it is a very, I don't want to say like tumultuous, but like it's a time.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of feelings around this time of year.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like we've said this before, but saying it again, that, you know, not everyone finds this time of the year super joyful. And like, I mean, that's why, you know, like I've started to like create my own traditions.
Safe space, yeah.
Because like it wasn't always the best time of year for me. Obviously, when I was in my childhood, it was. But then as I got into like different seasons of my life, it became more traumatic in sometimes, like
Yeah.
some years for me.
Yeah.
So it like, that's another reason why whenever I book a trip home, like I only go for like 2 days, because I'm very like wary of being in that past environment where I can be triggered a little more easy just by seeing a certain person or going to a certain place or
Smelling a certain smell, like anything can bring you back.
If I get there and it's just gray and depressing,
That's a
and
trigger.
that could be a trigger, you
Yeah.
know? So I'm like, I don't want to subject myself to possibly like bringing up something that could trigger my PTSD of a
Well, it's like when you
situation.
have made so much peace in your life for yourself, it's really hard when you're in situations that bring you back to like a not peaceful time in your life.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to sound so sensitive, like we're triggered by everything, but like that stuff is very triggering.
Yeah.
Like I just had my family in town this past weekend, and like it's been over 2 years since like we're all in the same room together, me and my 3 siblings, and then like my best friend who was like an extension of our family. And a lot of things came up. Like
Yeah.
a lot of old feelings came up. I literally went back in time. I felt like we were like kids again. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like holy shit. And then I realized like myself, like this is part of the reason why I had to like literally subtract myself
Yeah.
from situations and like move locations to like break away from like what I felt like my life was tied into and like weighed down by
Yeah.
when I was back home or whatever, you know? And like now that I'm where I'm at in my life, like I have to draw the line when the line needs to be drawn. Like, you're allowed to have boundaries, you know?
are.
Like, and I can't afford to have chaos in my life or anything but peace right now, you know? Like, I just need to like be focused and focus on like my goals and like what I'm turning my life into right now. And, you know, this is a reminder to anyone, if you find yourself in a situation where it's just not healthy for you, or you're around people that are bringing you down or negative energy, like, draw the line. Like, you're in charge of your own life. That's okay. We're all adults now.
Yeah, it's like you don't have like, and I'm just gonna use Christmas as an example because that was kind of how it was for me. It's like you don't have to go home and celebrate Christmas, because if it's setting you back in your emotional healing journey, then it's really counterproductive, right? And it was harder for my family to like understand that at first when I moved here. So like I did go back more frequently, but now I like last year when I got back from my last trip, I was like, I'm drawing the line. Like, I'm not coming back as frequent. I'm going to come back when the sun is shining.
Yeah.
And I can, you know, not feel so like trapped back into my old environment.
Right.
Because it was bringing up so much old stuff for me that like it just didn't feel good. I wasn't excited to go home anymore, you know? So I had to take a break and like really like
Draw the
pull
line.
back
Yeah.
from it, you know? And now this time I am a little excited to go just for a couple days.
Because it's on your terms.
Yeah,
it's on like your
exactly.
timeline. And that's how it should be when we're adults and like we're creating our own lives and our own traditions and stuff. Like, things change.
Yeah,
Things change, you know?
Yeah.
So we just wanted to, you know, bring a little bit of comfort to anyone who's in any weird situation this holiday season, because, you know, life is tough. Everyone has their own family dynamic. And, you know, like I said, some years, some get-togethers are better than others. Some holidays are better than others. But sometimes it's really hard.
And it's like really important to...
You're my...
It's really important to like, you know, create your own like environment of people around you too. So like, it doesn't always have to be family to feel like family. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I have friends here now that I would love to spend the holidays
Right.
with, you know, and that's what I'm going to do. So if anybody is alone on Christmas in Miami, come on over. We're going to cook. We're going to play some games, you know, have some drinks.
Well, that's part of it. It's like, you know, say if you don't have family to celebrate with, or you don't have friends, because I know a lot of people who are alone, and that must be tough, you know, but you can create your own reality. Like, you can get the people that you want to be with together, or, you know, get together on FaceTime. Sometimes it's better than, you know, being alone. Like, you know, you feel like you're together with people who could be on the other side of the country, you know?
Yeah.
So you make your own traditions and you do your own thing, and that's totally okay for the holidays.
I was talking to one of my clients, and she was actually saying that the last 2 years she's been alone for Christmas, and she like loves it.
Loves it.
She's like, I can't tell you how much it feels so good to just stay in my robe all day and like order whatever food I want.
Like, no pressure.
Relax, just like watch whatever I want to watch, know where to be. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, honestly, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
sometimes that's better for some people, you know? And if that's what you like, then good. Whatever makes you happy. So don't feel like you're missing out on anything, or you wish your situation was different. You can make it the best it could possibly be. Look at the brighter side. Like, if you're alone this holiday season, you got no one bothering you. You could walk around in your robe all day.
Yeah.
You could just like hang out, relax, take it as a day to yourself. And then if not, you make your own Christmas, your own traditions, and turn it into something to look forward to and something
I'm
to be
always like
grateful
thinking of ways that I can like elevate my holiday experience and like change it for something I want to do, you know, whether that be in the future if I decide to travel or like whatever. But I was even saying when we got here, I was like, man, this would have been a great room to book for like Christmas Eve or like Christmas, and then the Hard Rock is right here. So
make a whole night out of it.
Go make a whole night. Like,
yeah, I mean, this room is still available for anyone who.
Yeah.
I know. Actually, this is.
wait, honestly, that might be a good idea for me. And
yeah, girl, you should.
maybe I'll
do
switch
it.
the plans.
I mean, there's really nothing better than like putting yourself in a room that's surrounded by like things like this to make you happy and like give you that like Christmas spirit. because we don't want to be Grinches and Scrooges over here.
No.
We just we want everyone to enjoy the holidays. I want to enjoy the holidays. I mean, this is definitely making me look forward to Christmas.
I agree so much. I just think that I've come so far in my own life with like managing my mental health during this time. Like literally I was just sitting here just now. That's why I started talking about it, thinking about a couple years ago when I first moved here, and the time when I went home for Christmas was horrible. And I had already moved here, but I had went home to visit, and it was absolutely dreadful. And if anybody has watched the podcast, I actually talked about it. It was when me and my best friend at the time got into a physical altercation. Yeah. And I literally swore that day, I was like, I'm never coming back here for this long ever again. And I was unable to control my triggers, my emotions. I was so like absorbed into my past trauma then.
And also being in the place where
and
like
the
that,
environment, it was like I let everything control how I felt, my actions, my reactions, everything.
Yeah.
And now it's like a whole different story. Like it's like literally so much can change in 2 years. Like, because it's literally only been 2 years.
Right.
And I am just like, wow, I like night and day different human.
Right. Well, that's why I was saying like some years are better than others. Like right now, if you're in a situation or the holidays don't feel good this time of year, or you're down or you're depressed or you're battling seasonal depression or just depression in general, like you have no idea what, 2 years from now your life looks like. Like you could be, and hopefully you want that for yourself to be in a better place, because thank God.
I think that's what you mean by like drawing the boundary and the line. Like I knew after that time that like
something had to change.
I had to make a change. And like if that meant staying away from my hometown for a while, then that's what it took. And you don't ever let yourself feel guilty, because there was times where I did feel guilty for not seeing my dad and my mom and stuff like that. I was like, oh, I feel bad, because last Christmas I stayed in Miami too, because I was so like, I don't want anything bad to happen. I want to have a good Christmas. So it's like having power and control over your own life brings a different type of liberation to you.
Totally.
Where you're able to be like, oh, actually, I have the power to change how I feel about the holidays,
Right.
actually. Yeah. I don't have to sit in that terrible space.
Right.
So I think that that's like important, just taking the like actions to like change your narrative and change your story,
Yeah,
like,
and look at whatever positive you do have in your life, like at least you have a roof over your head, at least you have your little Christmas tree in the corner, your brother to call. Everyone's situation is different. I think a lot of us are also like subconsciously triggered by social media and seeing people have like these beautiful Christmases with their families and everyone's together and everyone's exchanging gifts, and like your life might not look like that right now. No. Like mine doesn't.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people in my family, like it's not a good time to buy gifts and like do all of that.
Your family is, I feel like a lot of families are feeling that this year.
Yeah.
Like nobody is wanting to spend money.
It's insane. It's hard. I think when
now.
times are like this, it does make the holidays even harder. There's so many factors. And I think we just want to say that you're not alone. Like we're all in this together.
And like I think, there's always so many different ways to like make it better or, substitute. Like my mom, for instance, she was like, I always do usually get them at least something. And they were like, all we want is a nice photo of you that's like framed,
Yeah, I actually like told my siblings when they were here. It didn't happen because it was a very chaotic weekend. But I was like, we should do a Christmas photo shoot for mommy and give it to her like that.
Something like that is like
meaningful, you know? Yeah, I like to do that too, and people appreciate it,
Yeah.
Like to have like a physical memory, a physical photo is like a really nice gift.
It is a nice gift.
That's all anyone's getting this year anyway.
Yeah, seriously. No, I literally I'm kind of like a stickler for that. Like you don't need to get gifts.
I think meaningful presents are better anyways.
Yeah.
Like if someone like paints you a picture of your dog or prints out a photo and puts it in a frame. Like, that's so thoughtful.
Well, and I'm just like so about like experiences too. Like,
Me
I don't
too.
care to receive a gift. I want to share an experience like with my boyfriend or with my best friends or like whatever it is. I just want to
Right.
have something to. I don't care about gifts. We
I
don't
think
need,
it's nice to have
like-
something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Like an experience, something you can both enjoy. Like, because remember, like, gifts are just things most of the time. Like, we are not made up of things. And things, if they all burnt in front of our faces right now, I mean, like, it changes nothing about our DNA and who we are.
Yep.
They really mean nothing. So, like, don't make this time of year about that stuff or like worry about that stuff, because it doesn't matter as long as you have your family and you're healthy and you feel good in your life or you have things to look forward to. Like, that is all that matters.
And I think that's what you were saying with the social media is like people get so caught up in that part of the holidays, and then you start to like feel negative about your own situation when you're super like caught up on social media and like everybody giving gifts and like broadcasting their everything on social media of like how many gifts they've gotten. Like, I know with like the industry I'm in, my timeline is filled with people posting like very expensive gifts, like over the top.
I got a couple of those
like,
people on mine too.
Birkin
and listen,
bags,
I love to
like,
see it for people, like if that's your life,
sure.
like God bless,
but
girl,
don't
like,
get consumed in it.
right.
That's the whole thing.
Don't feel like you're not in a beautiful place in your life, or your life isn't beautiful because you don't have those things.
Right.
Like, always remember that those things are things.
Yeah.
Are you a good person? Are you doing well in your life? Do you want better for yourself and for other people?
Yeah.
Cool. That's all you need.
Because like gifts are not going to make you feel better about yourself, you know? It's still going to feel the same at the end of the day when you open that Birkin bag, It might make you happy for a little bit, but
we always say that. Like, listen, I like nice things.
Everybody likes nice things.
Yeah, but it's all tangible. It's all nothing. It's not coming with us to the grave. So does it really matter?
No, not really.
Does that really mean you had a great Christmas?
Right.
How does your heart feel? Like, you good?
Yeah,
That's what we care about.
It's just so important too. Like I even taking like a social media break during the holidays.
I think like this time of year is like the time of year that I definitely recommend people to do that.
Yeah, like put the phone down.
Yeah.
Just
be present.
Yeah.
Be present, especially if things are good in your life. Be present and stuff. You don't have to broadcast it for everyone else.
No.
I
know it's like it's hard because it is a big part of our job. Both me and Steph, Aiden, my boyfriend, like all of us are in the social media industry.
And even if you're not, like, people like to stay connected to people,
So it's like, it is like,
it has its benefits. Yeah,
but
it
like,
has its benefits, but it also has like a lot of downsides.
Yeah, it's true. Because like it's consuming us into other people's worlds instead of being consumed in our own world,
Yeah, like
which is
I know that someone just gave birth and their cousin broke up. Like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
I think we can all benefit from some time off. And maybe I will do that after Christmas into the new year.
Yeah.
Although we will be here the following Sunday. So look out for that next episode.
Yeah, we have a good one coming for that one too, to like cap the season
Wrap
off.
up the season. Yeah, but I'm so happy like we're ending the year like with a Christmas episode, in the Christmas spirit, in our Christmas jammies.
Yeah, we're so thankful for the Marriott Fort Lauderdale because they invited us here. This wasn't necessarily on our radar until they like invited us, and we're so happy that we
we're
could
definitely
make it work.
gonna come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Especially like when it looks like this. Like, I want to move in here for the night.
More places should do stuff like this.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I just love that.
Yeah, if you guys are ever flying in to Miami or Fort Lauderdale, like, definitely check out the Marriott Fort Lauderdale because it's just such a nice hotel. And the amenities are amazing. The food is good. We're about to eat after this.
Yes, we are.
And yeah, we couldn't recommend it enough.
Yeah.
We're just so happy to be here. We will see you guys next week in our last episode of the season. We love you so much. And Merry Christmas!